Hello, everyone. JDev of the JDev Entertainment Network has returned once again to give you exactly what you want. Of course, that'd be more of me giving you gals and guys another episode of Talking Cubs. In fact, my fifth episode of Talking Cubs and the first Talking Cubs episode of 2020, as I haven't done one since the very end of 2019. Just going to be going over some news and notes from the Chicago Cubs, or lack thereof, as the Cubs case right now. But before I do that, it's very important to make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, especially if you want more awesome Cubs content. Share the video, favorite the video, and if you would leave me a comment talking anything Cubs related, favorite Cubs of all-time favorite Cubs lineup, whatever you want to do, acquisitions you'd like to see the Cubs make that are realistic, that would be great. And the more stuff I hear from you guys, the more Talking Cubs episodes I will do. I will make time for it. But right now they're not very popular. But I have a feeling it just need to keep going, and it'll be good. So, I mean, the Cubs haven't done anything. They're still waiting for the Chris Bryant hearing to take place to see how many years of service time he has, whether it be one more year, which would be for the 2020 season, or 2 more years, which would be for the 2020 and 2021 season. I don't see a chance in hell where he wins that grievance and only has 1 year of service time. So the front office said today, I don't know who specifically said something, but once that decision is made, the Cubs said they will make some moves. Now, reports I've seen in a couple different sources have the Cubs potentially trading with the Rockies for Nolan Arenado, which I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest with you guys. I mean, yeah, I'd love to have Nolan Arenado, but then we have to trade Chris Bryant after we acquire Nolan Arenado. Now, the rumor is some sort of, Jason Hayward and Wilson Contreras, who I'm all for trading Contreras and Hayward. I mean, at this point, he hasn't even come close to his contract. People bitch about Alfonso Soriano, but at least he was pretty good for the first, 4 years of his contract. He did what they needed him to do. But Hayward, yeah, not so much. He's had moments here and there. He had a good speech during a rain delay, and then he's hit a couple of crucial home runs. But other than that, Hayward has not lived up to his expensive contract. So those are the pieces included in that deal. Now, obviously, there's probably going to be other guys. And then on Arenado's side, he has an opt-out after 2021, which could help the Cubs' cause in acquiring him. But then they would have to trade Chris Bryant afterwards. And honestly, I don't know if I would want to trade Chris Bryant unless it's for a lot of prospects. I mean, Arenado's nice. He'll get you 30 home runs and drive in 100 runs. He doesn't have as high of an on-base percentage of Bryant, but he has a higher overall average, it seems, But I don't know. Now, here, and I don't know if the Cubs are linked to this player at all, but here is what I would do in terms of filling some holes on a team. Maybe try and keep Bryant this year and go for a position of need. You can kill two birds with one stone with this pick. If they could trade with the Indians to acquire Francisco Lindor, that would either give them a second baseman that they need, or they could just put Javi at second base and put Lindor at shortstop, or possibly move one of them guys to third, or I don't know how they'd make it up. But acquiring Francisco Lindor would give them another infielder. Right now they need a second baseman and also a leadoff hitter. Now, to acquire him, you're going to have to kind of match the salaries. So in that deal, you probably can give up Tyler Chatwood, surprisingly. So you would save a little bit, because Chatwood makes a little bit more money than Lindor. I think Lindor's like $11 million or something like that, and Chatwood's at like 13. And then, of course, you're going to have to give them some prospects. For them taking Tyler Chatwood, you're going to have to give them a few. I think Nico Horner would be an obvious choice in that deal, and I'm fine with that, because I think right now, if he played being our second baseman, starting second baseman of opening day of 2020, I don't know if he's going to succeed with that role. And then you probably have to give up at least 2 more prospects. Maybe a Marquez, a Zach Short, a Justin Steele. Some combination of probably 3 plus Tyler Chatwood. Maybe even 4. But Lindor is only a rental. He's only under contract for the 2020 season, and then he's a free agent. So most likely the Cubs wouldn't even retain him. So you don't have to give up a lot. So maybe Nico Horner, And then Tyler Chatwood and maybe one other prospect might even get the job done. But that would be a trade that I would pursue. Maybe you give up Jose Quintana in the deal. But I think Chatwood or Quintana would be the likely choice, and then Nico Horner, and then maybe one or two other prospects. But I think that would be the best deal. And then you still could trade Chris Bryant for a bunch of prospects and maybe one proven player. I'm thinking the deal to Atlanta for Kyle Wright, Max Fried, Christian Pache, and Ian Anderson would be the best deal for the Cubs. But it's Chris Bryant. Do we really want to trade Chris Bryant? I don't know. It's so hard. We have so many guys that you don't want to see go. But I think Wilson Contreras will end up going because we have a lot of catchers. Caratini looked good, even though I didn't think he was going to be good last year, but he looked very well. And we have two other ones in our top 30 prospects at the moment. So I think we might want to re-sign Lucroy. That way we have another catcher on the roster, a major league experience. And then, of course, you got Miguel Amaya that will come up soon. So that's my thought. Obviously, the Cubs still haven't done anything. They've signed all the players they've signed have been the minor league deals. Now they've obviously accepted the options on Jose Quintana and Anthony Rizzo, but that's it. So hopefully the Cubs within the next week will get going here. But I'm kind of okay being status quo. I think some changes in the managerial structure and the coaches might help the team, but we shall see. But I'm looking for a blockbuster. I mean, if they get Nolan Arenado for Contreras, Hayward, and maybe a prospect or two, that could be interesting. Maybe we keep Chris Bryant and move him to the outfield. Who knows? But hope you guys all like this video. Make sure you leave me a comment especially if you're a Cubs fan. Tell me things you want to see happen, realistic things if you could. And of course, JDev of the JDev Entertainment Network will be back again soon with another. Peace.